This is a bookable summary of the book The Science of Living by Stuart Farrimond. In the course of a typical day, most people ask themselves a number of seemingly mundane questions. Why do I feel sluggish? Can I skip breakfast today? Why do I find it difficult to sleep after looking at a screen? Despite seeming trivial, these questions reveal something much deeper. What makes you tick? The way you respond to these questions determines how healthy, happy, and productive you are. From how to dress for cold weather to overcoming insomnia, modern scientific knowledge can guide the way. It also helps you avoid habits based in pseudoscience and hearsay. By turning to objective facts, you'll be able to fine-tune your days and get the most out of your precious time. Number 1. Mornings can be tough, but there are some tricks that can help. Your alarm clock is going off and you reach to hit snooze. It's a familiar scenario to many, but why is it so difficult to feel fresh and sprightly first thing in the morning? Well, feeling a bit groggy in the morning is natural. That's because many of your bodily systems, like the digestive tract and parts of your brain, fall into a deep sleep at night. Getting them all going again can be like starting a car on a frosty morning. It takes a bit of time. Also, the precise timing of when you wake determines how you feel. At night, your body passes through different stages of sleep. The lighter ones are REM phases, that's when you dream, while the rest are deep and dreamless. If you wake during REM sleep, you'll often feel refreshed. But waking from deep, dreamless sleep can leave you in a fog, as the frontal, thinking parts of your brain aren't ready yet. So what can you do when this happens? Well, getting out into daylight can help, as it increases levels of special wake-up hormones. You could also try stretching, gentle exercise, or yoga, as this will increase your heart rate and get blood flow to the regions of your brain that are still asleep. Number 2. Breakfast isn't quite as important as you think. Some people in the Western world think that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. This is because there are a lot of breakfast options available, like at cafes or in supermarkets. But it wasn't always like this. In the past, people ate their main meal in the middle of the day. The reason that breakfast is such a big deal now is that companies want to make money from selling breakfast items. However, there is no evidence that eating breakfast is actually good for you. So if you don't want to eat breakfast, it's not a big deal. There's a lot of debate over whether breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but the truth is that it's not important as you might think. While it's true that breakfast can help you jumpstart your metabolism and give you energy for the day ahead, you don't necessarily need to eat breakfast in order to be healthy. In fact, there are plenty of people who find that they feel just fine without eating breakfast at all. To provide the body with fuel, nothing beats a bowl of whole grain porridge. It releases energy slowly throughout the morning and keeps you fuller for longer. In general, it's best to choose whole grain food over convenience food. Highly processed breakfast cereals are best avoided, as they're packed with sugar. Number 3. Dressing for the weather really is an exact science. So, you've managed to get up, make a healthy breakfast, and have just taken a look outside to check the weather. Snow flurries are drifting along the street, and there are foot-long icicles hanging off the windowsills. In some places, the snow is so deep it would come to your knees. If it's really cold outside, the best thing to do is wear lots of layers. That's because it's not the fabric itself that keeps you warm, but the air that's trapped by the fabric. A big wool sweater on its own is unlikely to trap as much air as 3 lighter layers on top of each other. That static air trapped between you and your clothes is the best insulator, especially as it's warm and close to your body. There's a similar logic at play in keeping houses warm too. There's a little gap between double-glazed windows. Now if you go outside and see the scorching sun, science can still help you choose your attire. When it's hot, you cool down through sweating. The sweat then evaporates, removing heat from your skin. When it comes to dressing for hot weather, you should look for loose clothing. And best of all, like certain kinds of sportswear. These wicking fibres pull the sweat from your skin, helping your body regulate its temperature. Number 4. Science can help you structure your days. Science can help you figure out when you should do different things during the day. For example, you should do complex tasks when you first wake up, because that is when you are most focused. You should do less complex tasks after lunch and take a break in the afternoon. If you're a night owl, your mental peak will be in the afternoon. By the time lunch comes around, your most productive hour and a half is gone. your laser focus has dissipated and it won't return until tomorrow. So how do you use the post-lunch period well? This time is best for less demanding tasks, like mundane paperwork, routine catch-ups, conference calls, and bouncing ideas around with your colleagues. But if you're a night owl, you'll be running a little behind with this timetable. Your mental peak will be during the afternoon and ebb away after that. Number 5. There are ways to manage post-lunch tiredness. After eating lunch, many people experience a lull in energy. This is known as the post-lunch slump. The post-lunch slump is caused by the body's natural dip in blood sugar levels. When blood sugar levels drop, the body feels tired and sluggish. There are a few things you can do to combat the post-lunch slump. First, try to eat a balanced lunch that includes complex carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats. Complex carbohydrates take longer to digest and will help to keep your blood sugar levels stable. Protein and healthy fats will also help to keep you feeling full and satisfied after lunch. Secondly, try to get some fresh air and sunlight after lunch. This will help to wake you up and increase your energy levels. Finally, try to avoid caffeine after lunch, as it can make the post-lunch slump worse. The scientific name for this phenomenon is postprandial drowsiness. With so much of it going on, wouldn't it be best just to take a siesta? Well, yes, it would. It would be the natural thing to do, and in many places, from the Mediterranean to mainland China, that's exactly what happens. It's only in Western Europe and the US, where a vestige of the strict Protestant work ethic remains, that napping after lunch is frowned upon. Number 6. Socializing is vital for your mental and physical health. With the workday finished, you're invited out for a few drinks with friends. After all the focus and exertion of the day, it's a relief to sit down and gossip, make each other laugh, and reflect a little on your lives. Human beings have socialized ever since they began to gather in groups, from hunter-gatherers around an open fire to you and your friends in a city bar. It's proven to be the glue that holds societies together and also, on an individual level, a way to feel good. And what's more, socializing is good for you too. Along with being part of our success as a species, socializing has individual benefits. As you sit and talk with others, certain areas of your brain light up, which makes socializing feel good. Your brain releases hormones, dopamine, which makes you feel good, and oxytocin, which helps you form attachments. Research shows that regular socializing with friends and family is an important part of maintaining physical and mental health, while exercising, caring, and empathy can help balance your emotions. Number 7. When it comes to getting to sleep, there are 3 key factors. You've turned off all the lights, pulled the covers up, and closed your eyes. But however hard you try, you just can't drop off. The first thing that's key to a good sleep is the temperature of your bedroom. Researchers have found that humans fall asleep naturally when the temperature drops. If your bedroom is too hot, you won't be sleeping anytime soon. So open the window, even just a little. The second factor that's key to falling asleep is darkness. Combined with the falling temperature, total darkness signals to your internal body clock that it's time to sleep. Often though, you're probably surrounded by bright light, which confuses your brain and keeps you awake. A good idea then is to turn off half the lights in your room to convince your brain that it's approaching sleep time. Last but not least, you need to establish a routine. This means keeping consistent bedtimes and also following a kind of bedtime ritual. This could mean brushing your teeth, dimming the lights, meditating a little, or taking a warm bath. By doing this, you'll train your mind to expect rest. What's your most important key takeaway? Please comment down below and share the video if you like it. Check out these other 2 videos. Thank you, and until next time.